Hello friends, this is DMC and this is my quick review of Cafe Paradiso dark roast whole bean coffee, and this was purchased in TK Maxx, this coffee. And if we take a look on the back of the pack, it was £4.99 this coffee. That's £1.10 per 100 grams, and the weight of this coffee is a £1 bag. That is 16 ounces or 453 grams, and not a bad looking pack on the front of this one. It says dark roast, 100% Arabica gourmet whole bean coffee. It says small batch hand roasted, and here we have the expiry date, if I can get it to focus, is the 10th of March 2018, so under a year on the best before date on this one. And there it has a lot date as well, which was the 10th of the 3rd 17. So I'm thinking this was roasted or packaged around that time. So I think that's roughly about 4 months. This makes this coffee roughly about 4 months old. So there we go, there's the Cafe Paradiso logo there. On the back of the pack, it says, "Paradise is where I am," and that was a quote from Voltaire. And it says, "Create your own paradise by enjoying a freshly brewed cup of this delicious gourmet coffee, roasted and packed in the USA, distributed by Life Plus Style Gourmet." And there we have the address and web address. Yeah, so as I say, this was purchased in TK Maxx, and as I say, they have a decent variety of coffees. I've already tried one and I wasn't really that impressed with it. It was a pretty nasty coffee. I think it was the Rombouts espresso coffee. It was pretty poor, not a very nice tasting coffee. But anyway, let's take a look at the beans. And I've got to say, once I can get it to focus, if you can take a look at that, they are probably the poorest coffee beans I've ever seen. Pretty small in size. The roast is really inconsistent. You've got some really dark burnt beans. Some are burnt in places. But yeah, I would say out of all the coffee beans I've reviewed, these are probably the poorest looking coffee beans that I've seen so far. The aroma is quite strong with this coffee, as you'd expect with a dark roasted coffee. It's a sort of cereal smell at first, slightly chocolatey and a bit fruity. Maybe a slight caramel note to this one too. I was not impressed with the look. As I say, I wasn't impressed with the look, and I wasn't impressed with the aroma of this coffee either. If we take a look at the ground coffee looks a bit more okay. As I say, I probably have tried worse coffees, but when you're buying ground coffee, you don't know what the beans have looked like. So, as I say, just going off the beans, it doesn't look like a very good coffee, but the ground coffee looks okay. It's quite pungent, this coffee when you grind it. It's a really rich and quite bitter smell to this too. This was one of those coffees that smells quite nice when it's in the sealed bag, and you give the bag a squeeze and smell the release valve. But it was quite disappointing when open. Yeah, quite disappointing really. Taste wise, it's quite harsh, this coffee. Double espresso in me coffee isn't really very pleasant. It's a bit more drinkable as a single espresso. I find it's quite bitter, but it's got a slight creaminess to it as well. It's a full-bodied coffee, this one, and it reminds me a bit of the Lavazza Qualita Rosa. This one, it's got a sort of similar smell to it, that sort of cereal smell, sort of cereal taste, I should say. You know, like a sort of shredded wheat or wheaty taste to this coffee. It's nothing fantastic, and I can't really recommend this coffee, as I wouldn't really buy it again. But I'd like to hear from anyone who's tried this coffee, and I'd like to hear your opinion, so let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more coffee reviews in the future, subscribe to my channel. That was my quick review. Thanks for listening. Bye for now. Yeah.